Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate Captain RG3 here at the, well, not at the helm of my ship. My ship was stolen this evening by a guy we tried to take off the streets and put in the brig. If you all seen Joker's stream tonight, he stole my pirate ship. So he's off running around having fun and spreading the good Hex news. Joker is one of our favorites. He's awesome. He's going to be hanging around a lot more, guys. A lot more. Anyway, let's go to the chat room and say hello to everybody. It's Monday night. It's Monday night. If you're here with me, thank you. There are many other places that you can be. Maybe this is the place you come to relax and get away from the daily grind. You know, if this was not fun, boy, would it be a horrible place to have to be on a Monday night after a day of work. If you had a day like me, had one of those days, guys, just one of those days where you can't wait to get rid of the just over broke, right? That's what JOB is, just over broke, your job. I would like to retire soon from the JOB. It was one of those days. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink. Not that it was bad or anything like that. It was just one of those busy days. And it gets busier tomorrow. So it's just cascading into more and more of suck. Just lots of suck. But can't complain. You know what? There's people out there that don't have jobs. There's people that don't have work. So I'm definitely not complaining about that. Definitely not complaining about that. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, sometimes it's, you know what it is, guys? It's been a grind. It's been a grind. It's gotten worse and worse. I remember when I was younger, first started my career, there were vacations and time off every now and then. And now it got to a point where I was canceling vacations and working weekends, and it just got grindier and grindier and grindier, you know? I don't know how many of you life is doing that too, but man, it sure be nice to get out of the grinding wheel and just fucking sail off into the sunset. Coming soon to a theater near you, RG3, sailing off into the sunset. Anyway, thank you, Hex. Thank you, Richard Hart. One of these days, maybe I should do it tonight. Maybe I should do my thank you, Richard Hart video tonight, because we don't have a guest. I've been trying to get a couple of guys on here, but we haven't been able to bring them on. But maybe I'll do my thank you to Richard Hart video tonight if I feel so inclined, because I'm telling you, I put it out on Twitter the other day that my retirement has been bought. Hex has bought my retirement. It hasn't changed my lifestyle yet. I haven't quit my job or done any of those things, which, to be honest, to me are asinine at this point. Don't quit your jobs, guys. You're not there yet. It's not time. We've got to wait for this next bear market. We got to, if you do make enough money to retire yourself, like you can do the math and say, you know what, I can make it. I can be good with what I got. Make sure it's like that for about 1.5 years to 2 years, and then go, okay, I got this. It's not a long time to have to wait, to make sure that you're secure, and make sure that you've taken enough profits to do so, and not simply relying on an asset of yours to pay your way through retirement. I've seen people get wrecked doing that, and not saying that crypto could or is going to do that to you. I think that at this point, the way things look, crypto is still going to be the best way for humans today to free themselves from financial bondage. And I mean, from the system itself, and from getting the money issue taken care of, because, I don't know how many of you, had to stick a freaking dime where a quarter was supposed to go every month, or there wasn't enough month at the end of the money. I've been in that situation before. I've been rich and I've been poor, and I've been in between, and I definitely like rich much better. Rich is definitely better. So, make sure that you've secured yourself up. Did we win yet? Says Wake Dog. We're winning. Wake Dog. We're winning. I don't know if we've won yet, but we're winning. There's a lot of things happening right now. A lot of things behind the scene that we're starting to see. A lot of numbers are starting to tick up. Twitter feeds are ticking up. Numbers and video streams are ticking up. People are consolidating. Hexicans are uniting, coming together even tighter and tighter and tighter. We've got some changes going on here over at DS that you guys are going to love. You guys are going to love it. We're going to take everything to another level, and continue to bring more and more content, to continue to bring the community tighter and tighter together, and so that we can, as a community, together, get out there with all of our strengths and take Hex and Pulse to the world, because that's what needs to be done. We need to build a freaking giant. We need to build a juggernaut, and we can do it. We've got so many smart people, so many talented people, smart people, crypto educated people, passionate people. We've got the best of the best in this community, and everybody's coming together in one effort, and that is to get the message of Hex out there, because only we can do it, guys. Only we can do it. Look, it's fine that we have hex.com, and you can go there and read information and try and figure it out, but nobody has dissected it and knows it like Hexicans do. If you've even read some of the positive articles out there about Hex and what it's all about, you'll see that they make mistakes in their grammar. Some of them are still writing articles where they think the AA is still alive. They think the AA is still a thing. Or they'll mix the two entities, the originating address and the flush address during the AA. They'll mix those two things up. They'll mix up ownership of those things and just pass along bad information. And these are in some of the better articles that are written on Hex. In my opinion, there's only a handful of people that are really bringing Hex content to consumers that is right and true. There are only a few of them out there that are writing good articles, and those guys are Hexicans that are writing professional articles. And you need to definitely, let's read what those guys are doing, pass along their information, because even some of the good articles out there are shit. they've got their heads up their ass still. And remember, it took us, I'm not downing them, especially guys that are actually finally starting to write good stuff about Hex. They just don't know yet what we know. And the Hexicans, we've dissected this stuff and we know it. So we've got to we got to be the ones out there passing the message, and no place better to do it than here on DS is my opinion, because now we're bringing on more streamers, and we're going to start building a network here at Discourse Syndicate for all the Hexicans to stream from and build, and we're going to pass along the good information. And let me go say hi to the chat room, because my favorite people are here. Melv Tony, what's up? Sig Hex, the Sapper. Hey, give me Liberty. What's up, dude? Hey man, we gotta go grab an ahi salad or something at the country club here soon. What's happening? Thanks for bringing us Joker. Phenomenal. Maybe Hexo deserves credit, but we're all one big family. Yes, Hexo does deserve credit for the raid on the Joker, and the Joker has now become part of our team. Awesome individual to have. What a talented motherfucker who stole my ship. That's who he is. And Joker, I'm coming for you. And I'm going to lock your ass back up, and I'm going to take my ship back. This is just a mock-up. Anyway, Dan Emmons, what's up, bro? Newbie OG, Dolomite. Yes, smash the likes. Hey, Papa, or Jay, what's happening? Sig Hex 148. Yep, Hexicans run these crypto streets. We do run these streets. They got nothing on us. None of these other crypto plebs have anything on us. Nothing. Marcabelli 23. Yo, what up, dude? What is up? Must be out playing shuffleboard. Crypty girl, hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Good to see you. Identity block. Who else? Chris Hubert. Hoy, what's up, dude? Cass Rowlett. What's up? OG Hexagon. Cass is an OG Hexican. He's been rolling these chat rooms from the beginning. Lance Mitchell. What's up? Going to Vegas, baby. Booked it late. Right on. Staying at the Bellagio. Ooh, fucking love the Bellagio. Too many of you motherfuckers staying there, though. I'm going to go stay somewhere else. But love the Bellagio. One of my favorites. Then there's another one with pirate ships. That's a pretty cool one, too. You know where I'll be. Got to go watch that show. Let's see. Who else is here? Grapevine. Graphene. I'm sorry. Graphene. I should have known that. What's up, Graphene? DS Pump. We got a DS Pump going. Let me check it out. I got sticker app on speed. That was a big wick today. Did you guys seen that not too long ago? We had a nice big wick, and if you turned it to a lower time frame there, put it on like, oh, what do we got there? You put on like a 1 hour chart, you see it. But it's big wick, all the way up at like 5 something, right? Over 5 cents. Heck yeah. Love that. Gotta love that. Man, Hex looks so sexy. And now we're starting to see other streamers that are looking at charts, looking at the Hex chart, and like swallowing their gum when they see the Hex chart. They're like, oh, this is the greatest chart I've ever seen. It's the best chart I've ever seen. And what have we been saying? We are developing the best chart that's ever been seen. Anyway, El Hexadente, what's up, dude? Mi familia. Yep, familia. Right wall. RG, were you involved in that crazy party in HB this weekend? No, but I have been involved in many a parties in Huntington Beach on the weekends, and I don't even want to talk about most of them. I do not. There are some things that I am not proud of that happened in Huntington Beach. That was my stomping grounds, by the way. Huntington Beach was my adulthood living quarters. Used to live right there on 17th and Olive, right on the beach. Wake up every morning, drink a 6-pack of beer, go surfing, throw up, come back in, go to sleep, wake up, party all night, wake up in the morning, drink a 6-pack of beer, go surfing, throw up. Yep, that was the routine. That's the way it went. That is the way it went. Let's see who. Bitfinesse. What's up, my dude? Freaking love Bitfinesse, man. Dude is a serious hexagon with maybe we'll see some technical analysis. Platypus. It's not a platypus formation. It was confirmed by the duck that is a duck formation, and the duck confirmed it. So it was a duck formation, but it's looking sexy. That's for sure. That's all I know. But Bitfinesse is out there on the road, fucking doing it up for us, living in his truck, guys, so that he can say he's just working his ass off so he can just stack freaking hearts, baby. He's stacking hearts, and it's doing him well. Freaking love you, Bitfinesse. Hex Squadron. Ahoy! What's up? Rick Schmitz. What's up with you, man? Let's see. Who else? But graphene, by the way, graphene, everybody, if you don't know, graphene is the strongest element, even stronger than diamonds. So when we say we have graphene hands or you're graphene, you are stronger than diamonds. And the beautiful thing about graphene is that its molecular structure, it's fucking hexagons. Whoa, what? Graphene is hexagons? Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? No, it really is. It's freaking, look up graphene, look at the molecular structure. Hexagon hands are graphene hands. Well, Tony, what's up? Let's see. Who else is in here? David Gomez. Yes, hit the like button. COG. What up, dude? And now that's my HB. Well, I think he's from somewhere else, but he might have been out there this weekend causing some shit. Hey, what's up, Crypto King? Producer King. The Parusa. Who else is in here? Daraj. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see what Daraj has to say. I've got my hand on the mute button for you, Daraj. Let's see what you have to say. Telling you, start an OnlyFans, a different type of grinding, but definitely helps moving towards retirement. Yes, it does, Daraj. Yes, it does. Let's see. The job, in fact, a grind. Graphene says, here is to everyone's. Oh, let's see. We've got a. Let's see. Wands. Oh boy, we must have something stronger than graphene. We have got a cutthroat in the room that you guys are going to want to talk to. This is going to be a cool show now. It's not going to be just me spouting off at the neck. We've got somebody who actually knows something coming in here. Great wealth is made during the bear market. Newbie OG. The bull market just magnifies your efforts. Damn fucking right it does. You nailed it, bro. That is right. It depends on what you do in a bear market. Now, listen to this. In 2017, I brought somebody in who had lots of money, and he got in before the big bull run, and he bought a bunch of Bitcoin, and he didn't make monster amounts of money. You know, he made like just under 100 grand, cousin of mine. And at the top, he said, I'm selling this shit, man. I'm out of here. And I said, nah, bro, you got to hold this stuff because it's going to be more valuable later on. It's going to be more valuable. Well, he didn't listen to me and he cashed out, and he looked like a hero. He looked like a freaking hero because he cashed out, and his bag, you know, was close to 100,000 in cash. And my bag went from over six figures to nothing, fucking nothing. Right. I held all that shit all the way to the bottom. No, my crypto, no. Hold, hodl. And I did. And he didn't. And he looked like a hero, and I looked like the zero. But you know what I did? I regrouped, shook myself off. I said, I am not going to let this beat me. And when all hope was lost and I wanted out, Richard said, I'm going to make a crypto. And that was enough for me. I said, you know what? This might just work out after all. So what did I do? I went and watched him and aped myself in. And here we are. And guess what? His big bag of Bitcoin that he sold for 80 grand. Not looking like too much of a hero now. told him to get some more. Maybe he did get some more at the bear market. I told him to get some more, so he may have done that. But anyway, Blue Bum, welcome, Sammy Chica, guys. Sammy Chica, come in and throw it down again this Friday, the end of the month. The girls are going to take over, and the Hexican ladies will be doing their show. And you never know what you're going to get with that group, right? What can they possibly come up with? You never know. Brian Magruder, what's happening, brother? What up? Yash Deep, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Man, miss me some Yash Deep. I haven't seen him in a little while. Used to be out here in Cali. Used to hang out every now and then. David Morales, Nardo for the win. Sup, David? Sup, dude? We got a party, man. You are coming to Vegas, right? You coming to Vegas? Coming to Vegas? I was kind of counting on that. I'm going to sneak away from the hotel, maybe go hang out with you and your group or whoever you, because I know that's going to be some down shit right there. Looking forward to that, bro. Hope you're going. Let's see. Hey, Kinetics is in there. Look at that. Don't you got to go to bed, bro? It's going to be kind of past your bedtime. You got to get up early in the morning, do your little coffee show you do with the rest of those guys that are sleeping right now. Let's see. What's else going on? Lance Mitchell. Oh, there he is, the Joker. You. When I catch you, bro. When I catch you. When I catch you. Let's see. Rick Schmitz. Yes, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with us. I am going to bring up, so tonight, no guests. So every once in when we don't have guests, I'll throw the link into the Cutthroats room and see who may show up. Every once in a while, we get somebody good. Well, we got somebody special tonight. And he's been pounding the Pulse chat rooms, and he has been. I'll just tell you this, all you Hexicans, he has been fighting in everybody's behalf to get a square deal and make things right for Hexicans. And he's been doing a lot of hard work. So let's bring him up. This is our buddy, Gary Funding Jim. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to be leaving California completely.
Oh, you mean actually pulling the roots up and going?
Yeah. So I've been a Puerto Rican since early 2018, but I still had rental property, and the rental property market right now is really high. $6 trillion has to go somewhere. So I think it's just a better opportunity to even though it's cash flow property, it's better to go ahead and liquidate everything in California, because I don't think it's necessarily going to get better.
No, probably not. Probably not. Probably not going to get any better. For the cash flow, that's for sure. Well, I mean, you're always going to make money in California because it is. I mean, it's all relative. The payouts are I mean, you're going to make more rent here than you would anywhere else. But however, in a downturn, zero is zero no matter where you are. And if your property goes down, rents go down, you don't have people in your property, you still got to pay that big nut to get that thing paid for. So it's a tricky situation. But a lot of people get liquidated because of that in a downturn. And that's what happens out here is the liquidations start. Everyone's trying to scramble to get out like you've already decided to. And that'll happen probably in about 7-8 months is my guess. They'll start running to the hills, and people like you will be trying to get out and, just put their cash off to the side. Some of them they wait for the downturn and then they come back in. I mean, I know a lot of them that have done that. There were a lot of times where I've looked at my house and gone, man, if I would have just sold it and then went and rented a place and bought back in a year and a half later, I'd have been styling, but never did that, of course, because when you live in a house and you got family and kids and everything, you're like, don't want to risk that. So, but downturn comes and people get liquidated. So I think it's a smart move, to be honest.
Well, so I don't think that Hex had started December. I think it was probably around maybe September or something before the launch of 2019. And about that time is when George Gammon started streaming, and he was talking about macroeconomics a lot. So I remember every day I would wait for a Hexologist show later on when Hex was going through its AA phase, and wait for that time on the clock and make sure that you got in and things like that. And George coincidentally would be streaming same time. And I just started listening to him more also about what your rent to, as far as the potential of what rent it can generate versus the cost of acquiring it. And you typically want to have a 1% or better, right? That's usually a good investment. So if you can say, I can get $100,000 real estate property and I can generate $1,000 a month off of it, then that's a pretty good number. That's a fair number. And in California, that number, even in great areas, especially if it's just a single residential, you're lucky to get 0.3. You're pretty much lucky, because so much of it gets packed into the equity of the house. And people make that bet to say, I'll use it as an ATM. I'll pull cash out of it when I need to. I'll refi and things like that. In California and New York, similarly, to get 1% of the cost, again, if it's $1 million house, that's 10 grand. You need to make 10 grand off that house. And that's just not very doable.
It's not feasible.
So he was talking about that a lot. And I remember talking with him early on. Hex was just starting, and I was active in the streams and things like that he would have. And I said, hey, I'm going to be going into crypto pretty strong. I'm going to be, doing this because I did it in 2017, and I really like this project. I didn't mention Hex specifically, but that was what I was talking about. And what do you think about holding on to my rental properties? Because I'm an Act 20 and 22 guy, so he is as well. And so we struck a chord there, and he says, I agree with everything you've done except holding on to that property in California. So 2 years ago, that guy was telling me, hey, you need to prepare. And that was before when Trump was in and before COVID and any of that stuff was going on. And it makes me more nervous to have value locked into equity of real estate, even though it's pumping like crazy right now. Real estate in the Bay Area is in the past 5 to 6 months, 15 to 20% up.
But the top signals are in, bro. They're in strong. I've never seen top signals like this before in the real estate market. And I've been through a bunch of cycles. I mean, I've been a homeowner for over 20 years, and multiple homes. And I've seen downturns, and I've seen pumps, and I've seen that 2008 pump, and I've never seen a pump in top signals like this. I mean, this is insane. I mean, the liar loans have changed, and there's that a little bit of security there. Right. And then there's this money printing that's going on. So there's a lot of different things happening, just like the crypto market. There's a lot of different things happening, but I think that we're going to see the top end. And what's beautiful is there's going to be some opportunities in the next couple of years to buy back in. There's some areas now. You were in like an area I wouldn't even touch. I wouldn't touch that area just because of I mean, yes, you're going to appreciate like crazy. You've probably done a lot of equity on that place. But just if you want to hold on to something, rent it, owning in the smaller LA suburb areas is, definitely the way to go. Multiple, of course, single family homes. That's where you're going to make the money. You probably will have made more money off of the appreciation of your house and the equity that you have in it now than you did on any of the rent.
Close. Yeah. So my specific area, and because I modified the property and I made it more appropriate for individual occupant instead of like a family or a couple kind of occupant, because my specific area has a lot of, 2 to 3 month long internships, or they're here as executive on contract to move their family. So they're advanced party as an individual, like a guy trying to find a house and move his family later. So that's been since 2014 has been my demographic of who I try to attract. And I've had a 96 or 97% occupancy rate. So it's done well.
Nice.
But if you're in a single family house, or if you're in a fourplex that's really still suitable for the general public or things like that, yeah, the margins are still like 6 or 7% cap rate. That's for a great area, something like that. But yeah, I realized you can put crypto in your backpack. I used to think you could put silver and gold in your backpack, but if you start to accumulate anything silver, significant in weight, that's a pain in the ass. And real estate is one of those things that, even for Act 2022 guys, you cannot exit you will pay capital gains. So I see that, and significant capital gains. And I can see that the potential is to ratchet that up, to get rid of that altogether. Prop 13, that's great. And I think it will stay as far as California. But I'm really nervous about like the cap gains limits and things like that as Biden continues or the party continues. I would rather be liquid.
I think there's a lot more scare going on than what's going to really happen. I think they're going to have to capitulate a little bit, and yeah, they're going to talk a big game, but I don't think they're going to get that much what they're asking for. It's always like reach for the stars and hit the moon kind of thing is what's going to happen. Right. And it's either way, it's going to hurt. And I want to be in a different situation when the hurt comes. Oh. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, man. We're really excited to get this thing going out there and get moving to that area. I think that there's going to be a lot more, well, maybe a lot of them got wrecked and you won't see a big influx into Puerto Rico, but maybe this bull market might have stopped a few from going out there.
Well, I mean, even if you're not in crypto, if you have built a podcast, if you are going to talk about a topic, if you're going to start something that's, collaborative with other YouTubers or streamers or whatever, e-commerce related people, if you're going to be a drop shipper, there's no better place for your business to grow faster because without the overhead of significant taxation than Puerto Rico. So crypto people are attracted in general, but that's just because we hear about it because we're inside that sector and we pay attention to it, I guess. But bank people, commodities people, silver and gold people, anything but real estate, basically, any kind of tradable, they care about being there too. So anyways, I one is because if I had more time and I was hoping for more time, and look, I've got more time. This Pulse launch, I was nervous as hell. It's like, damn it. I want to participate so much, and this is not liquid yet. I should be liquid by about mid-July as far as this will be completely sold. And yeah, so that's fine. And then, yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I think that this little, stop short kind of thing that happened over this past month in the general crypto market, mm-hmm. It was getting really crazy hot. Like you said, all the topping signals, like Richard said, topping signals. How long can you keep that going before somebody has to, stub their toe? So yeah, I hope this is like a warning, a shot across the bow for some people that maybe, again, Richard doesn't think, and most people don't think that there's capitulation until people are really harming themselves. Like they're like, oh my God, this is horrible. And luckily we haven't had horrible. So I'm preparing for Pulse. I'm preparing for Hex. I'm keeping things liquid as I can. I'm second passport. There's all kinds of stuff that I'm just like that prepper mentality. I like the Boy Scout motto about be prepared type stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing. And COG just said it. We've had topping signals for over a month. The top signals were stuck in there for a long time. Just like this housing market, the top signals have been sitting there, like the stock market. I mean, it's like this prolonged, like COVID stretch. COVID kind of stopped everything, and everything kind of like the wheels all gummed up and nothing really went anywhere. It didn't go up, didn't go down. Everything, of course, naturally, when you stop the wheels, everything kind of, dumps. But then as soon as they turned the wheels back on, everything shot right back up. By the way, thanks Hex Kong for the $9.99, bro. Appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing amazing. We are doing amazing. We are. So the wheels started back up and everything went back to where it was supposed to be. The stock market popped back up. The housing market perked up and actually started moving in the positive direction even more and more fat and quicker. And then the crypto market started bull running. I mean, it was just, one thing after another, but the top signals just stayed. They're all in place and they're still there. Now we're having this lull in crypto. And, Richard said it the other day. He thinks that, we probably could see, a bounce. It's not the bounce that I hear a lot of people talking about. And I've been looking at it that way too. Like, yeah, probably going to see a bounce, but I don't know if it's going to bounce that hard. And maybe not a dead cat bounce, but, a mediocre kind of whimper bounce and then kind of trail off into the sunset type of deal. All the while, Hex is gearing up and setting itself up to become the savior of crypto.
What I like about
how I see it.
What I love about Hex is, of course, people that are already familiar with it, the code, the fact that it is trustless interest. You're getting, it's like accumulating something you value, like, more square footage on your house, more gold in your stack, whatever, more food in your pantry. It's just the fact that it pays you in itself. I love that element of it. And the thing that's recent is, made all of us aware is someone like Elon Musk or Saylor making some tweets affects the market far greater than 1,000 influencers on YouTube.
Yeah. And now they all love him again. We'll talk about that in a second too.
Yeah. So there's that thing we'll talk about later too. Yeah.
Let me answer Sig Heck. This is a question I love answering. I love answering this question. Why are we paying taxes when they can just print it? Because, Sig, they've got to launder it first. That's how it works. You don't understand. They can't just print it and throw it in the streets. They got to launder that shit, bro. They got to make it clean. That's what happens. They print it and they clean it through all of us and bring it back in taxes, and they're all good. They're like, look what we did. Isn't that awesome? And we're all happy and they're all happy. And then life just gets tougher for all of us and all of our kids. So anyway, that's why.
Revenue again. So I think that the top 1% of revenue earners in the United States pay 40% of all taxes. The top 1%, 40% of all taxes. And then the next, the top 10%, if you include the 1%, but the top 10% is 67% of all taxes. So the 1% plus the 27% of the next tier. So it's very interesting that in 2020, I think it was not 2019, the revenues from tax was less than $2 trillion. But we've printed like 10 trillion. I mean, like 6 trillion recently, and they're proposing to print another 4 trillion. So you're like, how does this story go? I mean, how does this story go? If you like, I see what his point is. If taxing everybody is less than 2 trillion, if you took everything that all of the 1% owned, and you just said, hey man, you got to make the sacrifice. You got to give up everything, right? You got to be homeless. It still wouldn't be more than like 4 months of the budget. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Oh, I wanted to say, I did say just as a related thing. You said about graphene being.
Yeah, you said something.
So I sent you a thing. You can look it up on Wikipedia, but Lonsdaleite, however you pronounce that.
Lonsdaleite.
Yeah. So when a meteor crashes into Earth and it's a fiery ball, if that meteor had graphite in it, then it creates graphite diamonds. So the diamonds you're familiar with are the ones inside of volcanoes and from pressure of the earth and the mantle and things like that. But that's because of organic materials like coal being compressed. But if you take graphite, and the only time that really happens is when a meteor smashes into a planet, that kind of diamond forms, and it's hexagonal. It has instead of cubic, like how diamonds have cubic structure, the hexagon structure of Lonsdaleite is basically hex diamonds.
Lonsdaleite. Yeah, there I see it. That's crazy. How and what's even so when I worked in the aerospace industry all those years, where they made airplane wings and parts and stuff. they have this material inside of the airplane it's made out of paper and aluminum foil, and that's not exactly what it is, but it's a paper-like material and aluminum foil-like material, very light. You could crumble it up into nothing, but that's what actually supports the wings, and it's built into hexagons.
Wow!
And it's just like a beehive. Like a beehive is made out of hexagons. There's a reason why they do that. It keeps the strength of the beehive together from collapsing on itself from the honey and whatnot. And so the hexagon is used in the aerospace industry to make lightweight, strong structures, and that's what they do with that stuff. So if you open up an airplane wing, you'll see just a bunch of hexagons in there because it's empty space, but you cannot crush that stuff. But if you fold it a certain way, it crumbles into nothing,
Wow.
It's strong on itself.
I think I heard about stuff like that when they were first, like in the Challenger era, and what's the reason to go to space if we've already gone to the moon? It was like in the 80s and 90s they talked about it mostly, and it was like this beehive hexagonal aluminum. That's the last time I heard that, but that's really cool.
Yeah, that's what that stuff is. I forget what they call it, but it's just a composite that they use, and it's really lightweight, but very, very strong. Very strong.
Very cool.
Back in the day, Kong says he used to have Lon's Delight hands in Telegram. He used to say
that. Lon's Delight. It's hard to say that one. I just like to say diamond. But yeah, graphene. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, made out of hexagons.
So everybody is curious about this Pulse thing. I was thinking it was going to be a Sunday.
So
it went by.
I mean, I'm kind of, halfway fooling with everybody. I asked, Richard said he was streaming. I said, why? And it was his second stream of the day. I'm like, would you quit fucking with us, man? Please quit fucking with my emotions.
I need to stream a second time because the first one hasn't uploaded. I was like, fucking everybody was watching
with this fucking Versace blouse on. Oh my God, that thing was fucking cool. That's like that's a pirate as fuck shirt, buddy. That is a pirate shirt right there. I got to get me one of those Versace shirts. Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't sport, I'm a t-shirt, Levi's and bandana guy. I couldn't be sporting a fucking, ruby ass freaking Rolex and a Versace shirt. And I mean, I think he even had a pair of fucking Versace chones on the other day, man. Shit.
Him commenting about the brand. I hate to wear brand. I mean, like I like nice stuff. I like things that are well made. They're gonna do it. But I like to get grubby and stuff like that too. So, like the fancy clothes, I've never been that much of a fan of. It was interesting. He was saying about, you can pay more for other things, but people can't see that and they don't recognize. Oh, that's
exactly,
right?
Like, so, what is that? What is that watch? It's not a. I don't even. So a lot of people don't even know what a Patek is.
Right.
Like I have a friend that's like he's like on that shit. My boy is on it. He's the one that told me. He's like, oh, he got a Rolex. He should have got a Patek. And then the next day, Richard shows up with a Patek. I'm like, I've never even heard of that watch until you and Richard said it. And he's like, yeah, dude, that's the watch. Hey, Esteban, thanks for the $5. Evening, fellas. I'm excited to meet both of you in Vegas. I don't think Gary's going to be there.
I'm going to be there. I'm there.
Oh, you are going to be Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. Yeah. Good. And then, we're going to have a good time out there in Vegas. I can't wait. I need a few days off, and me and the wife need a weekend away too. It's going to be nice. Yeah. Let's see. And thanks Hex Monkey for the 3690. I asked my boss to send my paycheck directly to Uniswap as USDC. Blank stares. Oh, well, Discourse Syndicate rocks. Thank you, but appreciate the $36.90. And we know what that means. Yeah. So yeah, Vegas is going to be a lot of fun.
I didn't say something, but Hex Monkey, I got to meet him in person. Great guy, just really, really good person. Spent a couple hours here. He's in the Bay Area, so really good guy. We just have some quality folks, both public and relatively anonymous. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Where's my chat room? Get warm, milky cum shot facials out of my chat room, guys. He's a freaking idiot. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. You did a great job there on that one. That was awesome. So awesome.
He gets blocked every so often. I wonder if he can come back in. It's weird.
They spam it up or whatever. It's like whatever. The hyper troll they call him. Okay. Anyway, Vegas. Yes, Vegas. Ready to roll. I'm gonna throw a bunch of money at Mama and let her go play, on the tables and whatnot. I'll go hang out with you guys, and then we're gonna go smash some cars. We're gonna shoot some guns. We're going to probably do some slide for life, or what do they call that? I don't think they call it. We call it slide for life in the military, but they call it a what now? Zip lining. Zip lining.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we call it slide for life. They call it zip lining. So that's gonna. Have you ever seen that, Gary? Have you been to Vegas lately?
I haven't seen the one that they're talking about. I've done it in other countries, but no. What is it?
So you know the dome where the Fremont Street Experience is,
right?
Well, there's big dome. It's like a football arena, an enclosed football arena.
Oh, that's cool.
Covers like 2 different streets in Vegas. All the way down the old strip, right? Where the old Fitzgerald is and all that. And it's freaking up there, bro. I mean, it's like straight up like a football arena. And you can go and zip line through there. So everybody's walking around down the streets and stuff with the experience going over, and you can literally drunk people just zip lining down the freaking thing, go just flying by, 100, 120 feet up in the air there. It's pretty badass. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a thing. I can imagine though, there's a lot of people like puking and stuff up there on people down below.
You're like, what's going on?
Oh yeah.
I did on the stratosphere. They've got that thing that launches you from the top of the needle of the stratosphere, like shoots you straight up and then you fall again. Yeah. It's like one of those chair things. And then they've got a kind of roller coaster-y thing that basically just rolls you out and tips you over the edge like you're gonna die, something like that. Retrieves a fishing reel or something.
I already did all of my daredeviling in my life. I'm done with the daredeviling shit, man. My luck is the day that thing finally breaks, and it's like, here you go, RG. There's your wife gets your freaking crypto and your kids, and you get nothing. Good job, buddy. That would be my luck.
Are you going to do the Speedway Vegas thing? Because I know we're going to go on certain days. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't. Is that the now I know that do you get to drive an actual NASCAR, or is it the Toyota Grand Prix cars?
It's Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche.
Fuck yeah. Oh man, give me Turbo S, baby. Let me go out there and ride a Turbo S.
As long as you're pacing the lead, which is one of the staff, as long as you're pacing them, they will ramp up on the speed because they feel like you can handle it, right? So as long as seem like you're drafting well, you're not lagging too far, whatever, then they'll get up to like 160, 170.
Yeah, I'm on it. I am on it. I am like dreaming of my Porsche. I've been dreaming about it. I can't wait. I've found a mod company that I want to do the mod on it. So nice. I'm gonna get it modded out and my midlife crisis car, right?
I'm gonna send you something, but I don't want you to say what it is. And I didn't buy it. I am leasing it for the Vegas show or for the Vegas thing for 4 days. So I'll show you.
Let's see it here. Everybody doesn't get to see it. Sorry, guys.
Nobody gets to see it except I do want you to, again, don't say what the license plate says, because I want everybody that goes to Vegas to take that picture with this car. It's going to be awesome, dude. Hang on a second. You select it. Dude.
This is a rental?
If you want to try a car and you're thinking about maybe buying a car, on Turo, you can basically, if you want to get a Lamborghini for a couple of days or whatever and just satisfy that curiosity without breaking the bank or actually committing to the car, you should try it out. Things like that. I think that's like my delayed gratification thing is.
I might do that. I might go get me a Turbo S and rent it for the weekend, drive it to Vegas. Oh shit, that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
That turbo. Anybody who hasn't seen the turbo, look, I love Ferraris. I love Lamborghinis. Let's see. Oh, you had to send it to me in.
It's in Telegram.
Let's
check the license plate when you get to it.
And oh wow, that's going to be fun.
Oh,
and there it is. Nice.
Yeah,
that's going to be fun, bro. Damn. Yeah. Are you picking that up in Vegas, or are you?
Yeah, I fly into Vegas, and then it's a Turo. I just picked it up from specialty car leasing websites, kind of like Airbnb, but for cars.
That's cool, man. Yeah. I want to see if I can grab me a Turbo S and take it to Vegas. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, even if you fly, then you can fly conveniently. If you do want to do the road trip in a turbo, then you can do it from where you're at to Vegas. That's like 4 hours, I think, 5 hours from where you're at. But yeah. You can also just do the regular flight if you care about flight, and then they'll pick you up. They'll deliver it to the airport. You can find all kinds of fancy cars. I showed some other people because I'm doing something else in a different part of the country. And this is kind of cool to like experiment and say, do I really need to buy it? Maybe this is going to satisfy me to have it for like a week. You can do like a week or something, kind of get used to it. It's kind of cool. Yeah, no,
that would be, I mean, I won't need to get used to a Turbo S or see if I like one. But if for those of you who don't know what is a Turbo S, Sig Hex is asking. So it is a Porsche 911 Turbo S. So it's their turbo. It only has 660 or 640 horsepower. But it blows the doors off of every production car out there. You put a Lamborghini up against it. They put a Dodge. What's that Dodge SVT, that 800 horsepower monster beast freaking thing that's out there?
Yep.
Rips the shit out of that car. Rips it to shreds. That car doesn't have a chance against that Turbo S. That Turbo S is just insanely fast. And the Hellcat, there you go, right? Well, the Hellcat rips the Hellcat a new ass. I mean, like it's nothing. I mean, you sit there and so it's a sleeper car. It looks like a 911. It looks like a plain old 911 Porsche. It doesn't look like anything special. It sounds like a freaking toy. You put it up against a Ferrari, or you put it up against a Lambo, and you've got, the growl of those cars, I mean, just insane how nice those cars sound. And the Porsche is like zing, zing, zing. Sounds like nothing. But when that turbo kicks in, it just sets your ass through the seat. I mean, just launches, and there's no stopping it. Once it goes through the gears, it pulls harder and harder and harder, and it's so light. It just launches it. Get it modified by Celine. Yeah. I actually work for Celine out here in Costa Mesa, where their shop is. And they do good work. They really do good work. Hey,
you can start a StreamYard. Look inside a StreamYard, and there's a video that's on the Porsche website. It's a 1-minute video about your car.
Yeah. I have actually. Yep, I've seen that one. Yeah, I've seen probably every Turbo S video out there. I actually signed up to go visit Porsche next year to go out. They've got this program where you order your car, you go down there, they set you in your car, you drive your car. They bring it back, they box it up and ship it home. So you get to go out there and drive it on the Autobahn and stuff in Stuttgart. And it's freaking badass.
Well, I want to highlight being smart with money. Highlight the fact that, RG3 has had a long career of busting his ass, busting his body, supporting his family. This isn't a 21-year-old kid that's come into money. This is somebody that's put a lot of time into it. And then on the on another aspect of RG3 is he's entrepreneurial. He does, almost damn daily show for a long time, but there's all kinds of opportunities that come up, even if you're very loyal to the Hex or Pulse brand or Richard Hart or whatever. Richard was commenting the other day that, if you're talking about one product or one service or one concept, you're not going to punch through as easily as if you're talking about 50 of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Or get as much, subscribers and things like that. But,
Yep.
RG3, a lot of people that obviously participate in Discourse, that's entrepreneurism. And I'm just saying that that's not necessarily, although it can be Hex gains, it also is the fact that you guys put in time above and beyond your regular day jobs, right? Above and beyond. Look at all the volunteerism that happened before the Hex was worth anything really worthwhile.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you hear about people talking about getting a fancier watch or getting a car as a reward of some small percentage of your bag, I think that's worth it. I think it helps your psychology. It helps show other people that success is possible. Not just because of a lottery ticket of a particular crypto, but because of a perseverance and pressing on, as Richard was saying about Coolidge, I think. Yeah, pressing on.
That's what's making it worth it, Gary, is the work that we've all put in, because, not that we did anything like super special. I mean, I've worked harder in my life, believe me. But putting, like you said, the extra on top of there were a lot of days that I did not want to stream. I did not want to.
One of those things. I was like, this guy does not want to go on in 30 minutes. He does not want to go on in 30 minutes. He's like, I'm done.
It fucking hurt sometimes, man. It really, really did. But, the community made it worth it. What Hex has done has made all those days worth it. I mean, there were nights me and Hexo just to get through the freaking next stream, we were just like on, chat together, just, busting on stupid shit and just making each other laugh so that we can get through another day, man, because it wasn't easy being the freaking whipping boys of crypto. It has not been easy being the whipping boys. But that which does not kill me makes me stronger, motherfucker. So they can beat on us all they want, but all we did was get fucking stronger, baby, stronger. And there ain't a goddamn thing they can do about what's about to happen. Not a goddamn thing. So yeah. Man, they're in for it now. They are in. They've created monsters. We've gotten smarter. We've gotten stronger. We've gotten tougher backs, stronger leather on our skin. I mean, they don't know what they've created. When we do have our day in the sun, which pretty much at a nickel, we've got our day in the sun. I mean, we've proven zero scam out, zero wear the ETH, zero, Richard leaving, zero Richard running off with all our money, zero that never happening. Only getting better, getting stronger. The macroeconomics of Hex are looking stronger and stronger. And now it's going to get a big brother with Pulse Chain, and it's going to be even the badder motherfucker on the block now. So, it's just getting better and better and better. And there is nothing that they can do to stop. Nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Sig Hex, the 911 GT3 RS it depends on what you do. They're basically the same. The GT3 comes out of the box with more horsepower, and it's a sporty model. It does look like the race car. It's got the race car look. It doesn't look like you could take it to the grocery store and nobody would know it. If you didn't see on a Porsche 911 Turbo S, if you didn't see the Turbo S badge on the back, you would not know it from any other Porsche. You would go, oh, it's a 911. It's just a 911 until you lit that thing up. And then it's like, oh shit. I mean, you look at any video of anybody driving that car, and they're and these are like all professional drivers. They're fucking surprised and stunned and like, oh shit, what the fuck was that? They all do the same thing. So I mean, it's definitely a car of the age. And then, you know, you got to take it to the mod shop. Now, just the mod shop that I'm taking it to in Huntington Beach. This is fucking sick. These guys turn it into a 1,200 horsepower.
God damn.
Yes.
Damn.
So you got this sleeper looking turbo. Well, even though everybody knows what it is until they don't know really what it is.
Holy crap. 1,200 horsepower. That's
1,200 horsepower into the damn things. These guys are making beasts. They're making beasts. No, I want the sleeper that has got the freaking punch inside of it. That's what I want. So yes.
It's funny that you're saying, I want the sleeper, the Porsche Turbo S.
I want the sleeper. I want the 1,200 horsepower that this mod shop in Huntington Beach does. They're a tuner shop. This car beats. I mean, freaking beats jet bikes. I mean, they'll be out there at rolling starts at like 60 mile an hour.
Wait, you're still beating jet bikes? That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Freaking rolling on. Dude, the thing does 0 to 60 out of the box. It does 0 to 60 in like 2.1 seconds.
Holy crap.
0 to 100 in like, I can't even, it's three something. Like, I mean, it's sick how quick the thing goes. It's just fast. It's just fast. But yeah. Yeah, you're gonna blow that shit up 1.2K horsepower. It's just freaking crazy, man. Those guys, but they build them right. They build them right. I love Porsches. I love Volkswagens, German technology. Yeah, I know that, you know, we had the argument. Me and Overwatch had an argument about the sexiness of the Italian car versus the German, you know, ingenuity. And I don't know. I like the German ingenuity myself. Sexy is nice. Don't get me wrong, man. There is nothing prettier than a damn Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Nothing prettier. I mean, those are freaking badass. But man, I love having that power, man. The power.
I always like the curb appeal of like the Lamborghinis, but interior kind of suffers like Corvette. I do like the Porsche interiors, you know, whether it's Mercedes or their interiors just seem like better. A Mercedes or a Porsche. I just like the gauges, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I've always liked the Corvettes. I've always liked the old Corvettes. When I was at Joe Rogan's shop, he has one back there that it's all freaking, it's beautiful, man. Oh my gosh, he has a beautiful Corvette. And I got to go check it out and hang out. And with he's got this badass studio with, he's got like full on kitchen and game room and party area with pool tables and all of this really crazy cool like movie memorabilia everywhere, like full life sized werewolves from the Werewolf of London and shit, like just crazy stuff. Then a full gym in the back and archery range. He's got an archery range in there, and then all of his cars are lined up in the back. And just a bad. He's not there anymore. He moved to Texas, but I was in the California facility when I went down there to visit. It was cool, man. Yeah. But he had a really nice Corvette. Really nice Corvette.
I think I saw the build of it. I've seen that car before on the internet, at least. Or seen it in person. Yeah, they're fun. I mean, like I love them. Like the hard tops and stuff like that. I always like if I hit a small bump, then I always hit my head. Like I used to have a 63 and 63. You know,
with the T tops, right?
Well, they have the split window in the back. So the famous ones are the ones that have a split window for 63. But you can take there's others that are convertible that are fine. But yeah, I like them. I like them, but you do need to have them like modernized once we're at my age and your age. Like I like the comforts and I like the reliability and you know, and I like brakes and I love all that shit. So when they actually make it look original, but it's all, you know, rotted out. Yeah, I like that better actually.
Yeah, that's what my old boss did. He had one like that I forget what year his was, but it was beautiful. And, you know, they did the rear end different, did the front end different, put whatever they use. I forget what they used. Like, what was that? that Fiero. I think they use Fiero rear ends or something to change it out, or I don't know what they use, but
like a 9-inch or something, Ford 9-inch or something.
Oh yeah, and then, but they're freaking gorgeous when they're done up right, man. Just gorgeous cars. I'm my Carmen Ghia. I'm redoing that because they've got these full chassis now where you can, all you do is you set your top back on because they come apart and take the chassis off, put the new chassis with the suspension and everything in it, and boom, you're done. And that's what I'm going to do to my Carmen Ghia. But and then the bus is going to get done. I'm going to do something with the bus to represent Hex. I've been trying to think of the colors that I want to do. The Hex colors, man, it just might look a little too, how can I say?
Hippie?
Yeah, pink and yellow like that on a bus just might be a little too hippie looking. I don't know. We'll see.
Was that wavy, navy wavy, or what do they call that? I forgot the Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Wavy gravy.
Wavy gravy. It's a little too wavy gravy, maybe, to have.
Yeah, a little too wavy gravy on there, because that bus could look nice, but if you make it too funky, it might get strange.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but like you said, Gary, that's right. As far as your spend and I've always said, like I've said, 10, 10, 10, 30, 40, and I've always told people to, invest 30% of their income in themselves as a business or an income producing asset of some type that brings you regular income, whether that be property or a business or whatever. Live on that 40% and then put 10% straight away into whatever it is that you want to put it away in.
Yeah.
Blow 10% straight up, just blow it on watches, rings, jewelry, clothes, whatever makes you happy. 10% should make you happy. And then the other 10, give away to something worthy, whether it be a family member, somebody you just think is underprivileged, or your charity of your choice, your own freaking deal, whatever you're doing for somebody, but give 10 away that has no benefit to you whatsoever.
Yep.
And that's my idea of a good life. I was taught that by an old guy that said to, go do that and your life will be good. It's always just been hard to try and live off of 40% of my income. Yeah. So I haven't been able to put that into place yet, but yeah, 10, 10, 10, 30, 40 was the formula, and it makes for a happy life. And yeah, I mean, if you can, I think Puerto Rico, when you do go to Puerto Rico, they kind of make you tithe a good amount of money now.
10 grand,
so yeah. 10 grand, which I mean, it's not too terrible, but it's something. And I think I'm going to
numbers. I mean, if you look at the numbers of what you can do, of course, 4% for the LLC, 0% to pay to yourself, 0% capital gains, 10 years worth of, if you buy the right property, then 90% of its income is not taxed. 10% is. So if you have an Airbnb or you set up a micro hotel or something, 10 years of no property tax. So yeah, the trade-off is 10 grand a month or 10 grand a year that you can put to a donation. They'll give you a list of things that you can donate to that will qualify. So it's worth it to me. I mean, it's worth it to a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to look up, I know the Taino people have an organization. I like to take care of them. Of course, first people of any land I like to take care of, and then try and find another charity that is in support of our situation out there. Crypto, taxes, whatever, Act 2021 people, whatever. I'd like to give to an organization, like a pact, almost like maybe they have some type of something like that we can give to that'll help continue to keep us flourishing out there.
Yeah. So you've been looking at like less congested, more beach in areas. That's what you're looking forward to.
I really like the Rincon area. It just looks like my style, man. The town itself, the properties out there, the beach, the surfing, the diving. I mean, it's going to be a choice. My day is going to be roll over instead of roll out of bed, and then when I do get up, have my coffee, and then decide whether I'm going to take my surfboard or my spearfishing gear out for the day, and get my beach in, and then come home and count my crypto.
That's the thing, I highlighted before, is people stress over money. We always stress over what we're earning. Like sometimes we're like, how far in the extreme do we go on our preparedness? But once you basically crack the place that you live and you reduce that cost, if you don't want to play the debt game, right? If you don't want to have a lien, you say, hey, I've got paid and free and clear things. Car is paid for, just got to cover the insurance and maintenance. House is paid for, just got to cover the insurance and maintenance, right? So if you have that, you really don't have that much expense. I mean, you have kids and stuff, so it's a little bit different than others, but you put that away early and you let that compound in some way, and you're already compounding through hacks. But if you just convert some part of your ladders when they come out into compounding for your kids' education or things that you care about for their dowry, or for get them started in their own home when they are adults. I mean, that's you really don't need that much money, dude. People will like to play this game to be like super crazy rich. I just never related to it. I just want to be comfortable and happy with the mark that I leave,
Yeah, we get to that point as you start to grow older and you start to realize that stuff is just stuff, and that the things that matter, don't really cost a lot. And when 10% of blowing your money can buy you a Turbo S, that's nice. But unless that's how you should be rolling, not taking your earnings and blowing it on a Lambo or a Turbo S.
Well, I'd like you to tell more about your, I like what you said about, you say it several times about keep crypto in its place, and then you say something like, hey, I'm going to put my fun money in this thing for a year, right? This year I'm going to give up my fun money. Like, I think you've always proportioned things well. I think that maybe the experience of life tells you and I certain things that other people may ape in with everything that they got, and then they cry, or whatever. I love your narrative about keeping things in check, but also throwing the dice in there sometimes and be like, all right, here we go. Let's see what this is. I'm going to risk my fun money for 2019.
Now, and I'll be completely honest about this, and I have said that. I have said that many times. Now, you and I, we just talked about the 10-10, 10-30-40, and so I sold a small business that I had on the side here. I had a yacht servicing business, truck and trailer and boat and scuba gear to clean the bottom of holes and that kind of stuff. And so I just sold that little small business that I had to get a little bit of capital. And I was getting ready to sell it anyway. COVID had shut everything off. We weren't in the water, and then just never, after crypto and everything, I just never got back around to remarketing the business and getting back out there and doing it and bringing a new crew in and all that stuff. So I got rid of the business and I recalculated my 30 for what I wanted to invest in as far as a business and whatnot goes. And I've decided to invest in crypto as far as my business venture goes. And part of that is what we're doing here at DS, the marketing program behind the scenes that we're doing now and putting together, the streaming platforms that we're putting together. Not to make a monster profit off of it, but, to have that online business when I do go to Puerto Rico, having that business that is generating income and paying that 4% tax. Nice to have that little side business. And then Pulse. I wanted to invest in Pulse and be part of the Pulse launch and be part of the Pulse ecosystem. Whether or not, me and anybody else that I'm partnered up with or whatever can become, a validator or whatever, that's something we'd like to do. I don't know if it will happen. I think that might have already been decided how it goes, but I want to get involved in Pulse. So I'm going to put a, significant amount in to be part of the ecosystem, to make my political statement that I think Pulse is better than anything out there, and I want to be a big part of it. And so that was my decision as I look at my finances, not so much just to, hey, this is my 10%. I keep crypto in its place. I actually am looking at Pulse as a business venture right now, because I think that Richard really has put his hands around the neck of crypto now, and he's getting ready to strangle him. And I don't think there's anything that they can do about it, because once everybody sees this airdrop, and the fees, and why would anybody not want to take advantage of it? It's going to be too good to not be involved. And I think that, being in early in Pulse, being part of Pulse at the launch, is going to be even a better decision than getting into Hex at the launch. I can't say that.
Hard to say that. Better decision because, again, there's trended data, early participation, Hexologist, Crypto Coffee really kind of launching the public spaces other than Richard, right? As far as the public faces, you're always going to have that. And you've had the ROI, you've had the proof that the code, works for billions of dollars worth of transactions and things like that. So immutable, all the qualities that I wanted in sound money, so the reason that I got in crypto in 2017 was my naivety made me think that everything in crypto was sound, that Bitcoin was going to be sound money, Ethereum, it's going to be a code and it's going to be sound money. So the narrative of gold and silver and the narrative of soundness and scarcity, I was too naive, honestly. And I don't think that the market of 2017 lived up to 1,000th of the promises. Whereas when I started listening to what Richard had to say on suggestion from Rob Beatles is the reason I started listening to Richard. Mm-hmm. And when I started listening to Richard, there was, it wasn't instant trust, but there was like, this guy sounds like he's going to do something that's maverick, against like my expectations at that time of what crypto would be or crypto founders are like. I'm participating as much as I can, as I can in Pulse's launch. And then I'll have more liquidity, probably like mid-July. So if Pulse is actually active, I'm going to be buying people's bags then too. So that's my plan.
Yeah. I wanted to, it's a smart move, I think, because here's what I meant when I said it's going to be a better opportunity than the Hex. What I meant by that was Hex is an investment tool. Investing in Hex was a way to put aside capital that I knew was going to outperform my dollars in the same position. So that was a great move there as a personal asset to grow wealth via a interest-bearing tool. Mm-hmm. So that was a great move there. A different type of decision than this. I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity in Pulse with yield farming, liquidity providing, lending platforms, participating in all of the things that are going to come our way, and being the first into those things, being able to deploy capital into those types of ventures in the beginnings of things is a very, very, very good position to be in. Yeah. If you were around and played with Matic at all, we kind of the Hexkins, we kind of got over there late, but it was awesome to see how all that worked and to play with it and move things around and actually do a little yield farming and that and pool providing. Great way to play with a little bit of your crypto in a not so trader and not a real risky fashion. There's going to be there's a lot of tools out there in crypto, especially with Pulse coming out in the DeFi space, that are going to be lower volatility type of projects to get into, like these yield farming and whatnot, pool providing and liquidity pools and whatnot. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity in the beginning there for a lot of hexagons to build some wealth on the side. So using Pulse more as like a business venture, using Pulse as something that you can get into and learn this stuff, guys. We should start talking about it more as it all starts to come to fruition. Sure we will. But learn what that means to become a liquidity provider, and learn what it means to get involved in these pools and yield farming. And, of course, always watching what you're doing. There's always going to be safer bets, putting your crypto in solid stuff that, is either Pulse side, Hex side, Ethereum, WETH, whatever they're going to have in there, getting into the things that are going to be solid, of course, making your smart money work for you. There's going to be a lot of opportunity over here.
Absolutely. Well, again, so I don't want to go from shiny thing to shiny thing, even inside of Pulse. There is about 5 or 6 things that are being discussed as far as income revenue producer, where you want to tie things up, whether it's liquidity or delegating or something along those lines, as far as validators and so forth.
Yes.
Part of the pool of the new dexes, it's Uniswap.
Thanks.
Yeah, all of those things. So I love Hex. I love Hex on both networks. So I'll participate in the laddering and the mechanism that's, innovative and has trended history and is growing, all of those things. I love Hex. The second thing that's interesting, and majority of the reason is because, yes, the brand of Richard is strong. Delivering above and beyond expectation is known. It's trended data that he puts out there. The community is absolutely strong. The population that follows, other projects. I just maybe I'm biased. I know I'm biased. I just haven't seen the same level of public, entrepreneurial, seasoned. A lot of us are at least in our 30s. So I think that it means something to have enthusiasm and also, call people on their bullshit. A lot of people just take things hook, line, and sinker. And I like that our community really kind of vets information as it comes out. So Richard, the community, Pulse sounds amazing. I'm definitely participating.
Nice. Yep. Me too. Going to be involved at whatever level I can. And then really looking forward to the drop, and then doing something strategical with my drop, whether it's, moving into a cash position with some of it and pulling some off the table, because it's I think Richard was signaling with his watches and his clothes and the things that he's been putting out there. It's like, hey, look, there was a top and I took profits, and here's a little bit of play money, and look what play money can buy, and that might be what he was kind of signaling there was, hey, take some profits when profits need to be taken. And right when he was doing all that and showing all that, it was, the top. And then we saw a big dip afterwards, and he's flashing all his bling because that watch, you don't just walk in and buy that watch. Right. You've got to get an appointment, and some time is spent on buying that watch. I mean, even some of the clothes that he's bought, it takes a little more than just ordering on the Amazon. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Well, I mean, again, so there's something that's called dream building. And dream building is something that you need to do, honestly, especially if you're an entrepreneurial. If you're just, it's fantasy if you just go look at stuff without a plan. But dream building actually has great use. It's great motivation.
Oh, yeah.
It is one of those things that, you see, if you say, hey, I want to have a certain fitness, I want to have a certain body weight or something like that, you need to have an image that you're looking at constantly. And the same sort of thing with like the trappings of luxury or lifestyle or comfort or whatever signals to you that you feel secure in a marketplace. dream building has its place. So I'm sure that even though we see the wristwatch or the collection, that he's thought about that stuff for years. I mean, he obviously had all of these different watch channels he was watching and things like that for a long time. And it does make sense that, hey, there was a bull run in 17. I'm sure he took profits then. He obviously was signaling to everybody that would listen the few times that he tweeted about price, falling out of the parabola. The week or so before falling out of the parabola, he's like, I haven't seen this many typing signals before. Like, I mean, he even famously says things like, why would I tell you things that you can front run me? Why would I do that? Right. But he gives away
a lot.
he takes out of his own pocket to inform people that are watching him on Twitter.
Yeah. And I think that he gives that information to people who are watching him, which is, Hexicans. Who's watching him? Hexicans. Mostly everybody else is trying to ignore him, Maybe he'll go away. Don't look at the strange man in the Versace shirt. Maybe he'll just go away. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, Pulse Chain says he has a vision board. And what you're talking about, Gary, is exactly, what I do on a regular basis. So I've got a dream. I've got a toxic materials cabinet in my garage that I keep. It's a metal cabinet that I keep all my paints and stuff like that in. Well, I've got little posters and things, my cars on there, things that I want are on there. So that's like my dream cabinet. I, put things up there the way I want my bus. I want the airbags on my bus to be this. I want my bus to have this height and stuff. So I put those things, but see, like this mouse right here, this mouse was once somebody's vision, somebody's dream. It's now a physical thing in my home here in front of me. I'm using it. Somebody dreamed about this. Somebody thought this up. It didn't just materialize. The things that you think about, you bring about. And, I hear a lot of people talking about these things, but it's true. And if you keep yourself in that focus, in that zone, those things come. And we've been doing that here. I went to a race class when I was used to drag race my Harley. And I went to a class on drag racing. And one of the first things that they teach you is, when you're out there and you start getting tunnel vision and you start to see things moving around, you're never to remove your focus. If you do lose control, you're going out and you're heading towards something. You're never to lose your focus from the end of the racetrack. You're always supposed to keep focused on that no matter what your vehicle's doing. Because if you focus on a rock or another vehicle that's crashed or a wall that's coming, that's where you'll go and you'll hit. Yep. Because you focus on it, whether you're trying to steer away from it or not, you end up being magnetized to it because you're thinking about it, you're envisioning it, you're imagining yourself running into that, and 9 times out of 10 when that happens, you magnetize right to it. So they say you have a better chance of keeping yourself at the end of the raceway where your target is if you keep that in your vision versus looking at anything coming at you.
Well, that's the thing. You're using it in a positive way when you see those affirmations, like on your, when you're shaving every day and you have that picture on your mirror, or inside your car. Every time that you're looking down at the gauges, you can have something, whether it's material or something that you want for your kids, or Jim Carrey is famous for I think it's like the $20 million check or something like that, $10 million check. Do you know that story about Jim Carrey?
No. It might ring a bell, but I can't recall it off bat.
So his father, not to go too deep into it, but he actually was homeless as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. His family his father had lost his job in Canada, and he lived homeless for a while on the streets. And his father, he thought of as the funniest guy that he'd ever met. And all of the animations that Jim made as a kid in his room were basically trying to, outshine his father. But his father was doing something that he hated to do, he didn't like to do, but he had to do those things to basically support his family, like the work that he was doing at the time before they went homeless. Anyways, so Jim had written a check to himself and kept it in his pocket, his wallet, for $10 million made out to cash. to himself, right? And his thing was, one day I'm going to cash this. One day I'm going to cash this. And he had gone through the Living Color stuff. He'd lived on people's couches and, been, getting by in LA until he became reasonably making at least an income on Living Color. And I think that I can't remember which movie it was, but it was after Mask, one of the movies, Dumber and Dumber or something like that. His signing was $10 million. So he got a $10 million signing. And when his father had passed away, that check that had been in Jim Carrey's pocket for like 9 years, looking at it almost daily, is now buried with his father when his father passed away, because he did that. So having positive affirmation of what's possible, it almost is like that magnet you're talking about. When you're on the side of the road, you should get out of the car and not stay in the car, because people are looking at the car as they're driving by it, and they'll probably hit your car because they're magnetized to that thing they're focusing on. It happens like naturally, Well,
look who it is. Cutthroat number 2, Brissology. What's up there?
How you guys doing?
Brain.
The same Alex Brain.
That's working.
Smarty had to throw more parts in his head.
Exactly.
How you doing, bro?
Just to add on a little bit to what you're talking about, they say the same thing with when you ride a motorcycle. You don't want to look at where you're going. You want to look ahead of where you're going, and your bike will just kind of go in that direction. You don't look at
that's what I was talking about there.
Yeah.
Motorcycle.
Exactly. Well,
I'm glad you're getting better, though. Bro.
I heard Gary talking, so I hear your little shtick. All right, buddy.
Well, the whole conversation started out because I had taken a drag racing class for my motorcycle, for my Harley.
Oh, you know what? I heard you talking about drag racing, and then that's when I turned off YouTube and I jumped on. So I didn't hear the whole motorcycle part. All right, cool.
Yeah. So
drag race Harleys?
Yeah. I had I ran a 776 in the 8th mile on my Harley, on a street Harley.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty.
Had 80 cubic inch motor that was one of the fastest 80 cubic inchers out there. Guy had the same engine as mine, built my engine. He ran out at El Mirage. He ran 165, 170 miles an hour on a Harley out there.
That's
and people
on a motorcycle.
People think that, oh, that's not fast. You could do that on a bike, on a Yamaha R1 or whatever. Well, it's different when you're doing it on real time trials. When they're really timing, it's different than the speedometer on a motorcycle is different when you're really doing times. Look at dry lake racing. Look at all of the time trials, the guys that do that. And it's like 200-mile-an-hour bikes are like insane death. You got a death wish if you're going out there on a 200-mile-an-hour bike.
Did you ever watch that movie, The Last Indian?
Yeah, actually, know the people that were racing those things out there.
That's a badass movie, man.
Yeah.
You see the early Harley guys from the 30s or something like that.
Oh, racing around those flat trackers,
flat tracks, and they're doing mountain climbs, and I mean, just the early guys. You're like, and they had no helmets or nothing. They're just like, get on there, It's just like
so. My first day.
Sorry, the world's fastest Indian. My bad. Not the last Indian. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
But my first date with my wife was I wanted to check and test her out, see how tough she was and whatnot. So I didn't have a back seat on my Harley, and so our first date, I put her on the freaking fender and took her out to the place, Costa Mesa Speedway, where they run the speedway races, or at Costa Mesa Fairgrounds.
Okay, yeah.
So at Costa Mesa Fairgrounds, they have a speedway track. Those guys that ride the speedway bikes sideways and stuff. Well, every 6 months, we used to do an exhibition on our Harleys and go out there and go do a run what you brung thing. I got video of it, and it's pretty cool, man. I got out there on my big freaking at the time, it was a Heritage Softail. It was a little modified here and there. and a bunch of us out there on our Harleys running the flat track, freaking sideways on our dresser, freaking 800-pound bikes, going around the dirt track and shit, So I took my wife to that and rode her on the fender out there. And we were sitting out in the stands watching the flat track race. And I said, "Hey, hold on a second. I'll be right back." And then I went down and got my bike and went out on the track. She didn't know I was going to do that. And it was, I think I won. I think I won at that point. So,
Mr. Cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey,
that was our first
mind
date.
if we take the bike,
flat track,
race it later,
and a fender ride. And she took it well. And I was like, "Cool."
That's pretty badass, though. I'd marry you too.
She's a keeper at that point. It was pretty cool. I got to admit, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. That's when I used to have hair down the middle of my back, and, freaking long ass hair, and freaking crazy.
I'd like to do a quick shout out to one of our newest Hexicans. He's my little baby boo, Marcus. You know who you are? Just giving you a shout out. He's a new Hexican, and he's going to be a Pulse guy too. So, hell yeah, I'm proud of him.
Nice. I got a buddy too. My buddy Mikey Bobo is in the Hexican community. I'm going to have him on the stream. He is so Mikey did it. He's done every harebrained freaking network marketing opportunity, crypto, everything that we've ever done. We've done together. The last like 10, 12 years, gotten him involved in everything. And the conversation is always between he and I. He'd call me up and say, "Who loves you?" And that means, "Oh, fuck, break out the credit card. Here we go," And I'd call him up and, "Hey, who loves you?" "Oh, man, here's my credit card." He'd just don't even tell me what it is. Here's the number. And that's how we operated. Well, I didn't tell him about Hex. I just didn't tell him about Hex. And I was done, man. I was done like trying to get people into crypto. I was done, trying to, get friends and family into stuff and do things. I was through network marketing for a long time. So I was just done with all that stuff. So I didn't tell him about it until like about six months ago. And he just got in, a few weeks ago. And good timing still. And he sold a house. Now he's waiting to get into Pulse. He's waiting on his check to come in. Like, I think he's supposed to get it by next Monday. So
that's awesome.
He's good.
Have you guys, did you guys see the Kevin O'Leary interview he did with Pompliano today?
No, let's hear it.
Oh, dude, it was freaking awesome. I put a timestamp of it inside the Hex chat, but Kevin O'Leary, oh man, dude, he is just looking for Hex.
Oops.
I'm back, right?
Yeah, I'm back.
He's like, not only did I buy Bitcoin, he's like, I've gone full blown into DeFi on Ethereum. And he's like, I'm like starting a company that will look for like 8% interest, and then we can give like 4% interest to our clients. And he was like, I'm going full blown, like this is awesome. And I'm just like, oh my God, he needs to get Hex and Richard Hart in front of him, because
Cabana, no Cabana, bad Cabana.
What does that mean?
Promptly awful.
Awful. And they're saying lawful, like it's like he's
promptly awful. Cabana, bad Cabana.
But oh man, like you can see, like you can look at Anthony's heart breaking as he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going full blown into DeFi. I'm looking for a yield." He's like, when we're sitting on cash, we're looking for places to put this cash. We want yield, and fucking the real estate sucks balls right now. He's like, we're going DeFi, and this is like the best thing ever. So I'm telling you, once then he starts talking about how he has millionaire friends, tons of them looking for yield, and he's basically pumping DeFi. So,
well, bro, we got it here, man. We've got your yield. We've got your 30-40% yield. Come on down, come get it. It's all here for you. All you got to do is just work the contract yourself. No middleman. We don't have anything to do with it. Richard doesn't have anything to do with it. It's all about you. DeFi at its finest. Hex Crypto. Go to hex.com. Get your Hex Crypto. Get your 30 to 40% freaking APY.
I mean, if Leary wants to be, known as a Novogratz in the space, then something like Hex fits perfectly, right?
Yeah.
To be a leader of a grayscale kind of product, there isn't a better, immutable people, no gatekeeping or not no gatekeeping, no admin key kind of narrative than Hex. Yeah, very cool.
Exactly. Yeah, so I encourage everyone who hasn't seen it, go check out that interview with Kevin O'Leary. It's pretty good. I mean, I was just watching. I was like, oh my god, I'm just getting so excited. I'm like, as soon as he finds Hex, he's gonna be like, why am I in anything else?
Yeah. Like Graham Stephan, I know that he did some content with Kevin O'Leary in the past.
Yeah, those Graham Stephan guys, the whole group of them, they're all becoming crypto fanatics.
Yeah, Jick and Meet Kevin and somebody else.
Yeah, Jeremy something. The Jeremy guy, he pissed me off like way back in the day because he made a crypto video and he just kept making fun of Litecoin, and I had really heavy bags of Litecoin, and he just kept on calling it Litcoin the entire time. He's like, Litcoin is not really good because Litcoin. I'm like, bro, you're doing it on purpose. I'm not even gonna dislike your video, dickhead. So
I've seen it before, but I'm curious. On your back wall, is that a mural or is that a glass?
It's a tapestry.
Tapestry. Oh, that's so cool, dude.
And they got me because they're like, hey, we're going out of business. We're gonna stop selling these. And then I saw the ads for like 2 years. So
is that
tree?
That looks like the orchard. God dang,
it almost looks like I've
got that tree tattooed on my arm back here.
Sleepy Hollow tree or something like that. Sleepy Hollow tree with Johnny Depp. Look when the thing comes out of it. Pretty cool.
It's kind of neat.
Hang on a second. Let me do something real bright.
So what else has been happening, bro? How you handling this? Oh, everybody's fucking leaves me. Really? You guys are just gonna leave the captain here all by himself?
I just wanted to turn on my candelabra. There we go.
Oh,
boom! You can see that little candelabra.
Can't see as much. So mine is Johnny Cash in this apartment. Ooh, can you see it?
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Johnny Cash stuff. But yeah,
that's awesome.
I feel bad. Like I've collected all these things and I've made them into super nice, and then it's run it for 7 years, and
now pack it up and move it.
Yeah, dude, like tonnage. You don't realize how much stuff that you accumulate over the years.
I don't even want to unpack this house ever.
Like you wish that somebody would just buy it with everything in it. You're like, can we just take the photo album and leave the rest?
It took me forever to get the shit in here, and then I spent 20 years packing more shit on top of it. It's like, no, I literally gotta start dumping stuff, getting rid of shit. I gotta get rid of shit. I was always this is gonna be worth something. Oh, this is gonna be worth something. This is gonna be worth something. Pack it up, put it away, it's like my whole garage is full of that. I mean, I can build anything in my garage. I've got freaking 3 welders, a lathe, a mill, freaking you name it, saw, you name it, tools. I've got everything, man. I'm probably should just dump it all, get rid of it all, because now I'm gonna have people doing mechanic and stuff for me. Yeah. My time is more important. Needs to be spent freaking metal detecting on the beach, looking for pieces of 8.
You're gonna lose more money picking up a $20 bill on the ground than passing it up.
Yeah.
Start calling you Bill Gates.
That was another thing, another dream building thing I did. So all of you guys know, I'm wanting to say, Overwatch. Overwatch is he lives out in the area where a lot of the pirating stuff happened. So he's like a collector of pirate, memorabilia and stuff. So he has this real stuff. And he he sent me a picture one day and said, hey, you should check out this piece of 8. You have any pieces of 8? And actually, hold on a second. I'm going to grab some.
Now he's leaving us. Now everyone's leaving us.
What? The host abandoned?
So he kind of educated me on the pieces of 8 thing, and I mean, I knew what they were, but I started looking at like real ones, like, you know, gold ones and silver ones and whatnot, and they're badass. So I'm going to definitely be investing in some pieces of 8, some gold ones. But anyway, what was cool was, you know, a lot of you guys know my father passed away last year, and I went out there and, you know, and I got part of his coin collection, most of his coin collection. And I was looking through the coins. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I remember seeing something like that. And sure as shit, there is a piece of 8 that was in a silver piece of 8 that somebody had actually punched a square hole through, that they were wearing it. And it's from it's not pirate era piece of 8, but it's an 1819. So it's 100 years from the glory days of 50 years from the glory days of the pirates. Yep. But yeah, this is
cool though.
This is what they call a real, a Spanish real, and this is a silver Spanish real. So there was actually one in my dad's collection that I found so far. There may be more in there, but I did find one, which was very, very cool that was in pop stuff. So yeah, a piece of 8. I'm gonna get some more. I have a chest full.
Just make sure you don't like buy it from like wish.com or something. Okay.
From Wish. I guess there's some like real legit shops that actually sell like you know, like how you have cards graded or coins graded. They actually sell them like from certain shipwrecks. So like this came from, you know, Blackbeard's shipwreck or Jack Rackham's shipwreck, or, you know, it actually, this belonged to such and such, and they actually sell them, inside the cards that the graded cards, like you would get your Pokemons, guys, like your Charizards. And
is that
shit.
Something like that gold back crypto?
No.
How hard is it? So is a CNC machine? Is there ones that you can have at home, or is that just basically big and industrial? Because I have a crap load of Silver Eagles and like pre-64 coins and all that stuff. I have just a crap load. I mean, crap load. And I wanted to make something that was like the Hex logo, or like Richard Hart on a coin.
So CNC machines are so badass nowadays. And believe it or not, when Richard was talking about 3D printers, he missed a little bit. And this is only, I'm not going to tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he just doesn't, because this is like cutting edge technology that only I've had privy to. I actually delivered a one of a kind machine to SpaceX. It is a Inconel 3D printer. It prints Inconel. Inconel is a very, particular metal that the space industry uses. And it is a 3D printer, but the way it prints is, not only does it have a 5-axis CNC machine attached to it, but it throws this Inconel dust onto the platform, the work surface, and a laser lasers the part in, and then the CNC actually cuts, trims, moves, manipulates the part while it's being built. Wow. So they print in Inconel, so they can do a lot more. I mean, this is obviously not your average everyday user freaking 3D printer. This is a multi-million-dollar machine that SpaceX had, one of a kind, but they are getting better, and this was, gosh, I put that in probably 7 years ago, over at SpaceX. So they've gotten even better since then. So, and that was a 3D printer with a 5-axis machine on it, which means it cuts in 5 different directions, which is amazing what they can do with stuff nowadays.
I heard Jay Leno has a machine where you can just put like a part inside of it, and then it will scan it and then print it out in metal.
Yep.
Like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, they have them. They've got them that print in metal. I remember doing the first shows where they were printing in plastic and stuff. Yeah. And then the next year they had the metal ones. It was like, holy shit. and then they started getting even better and better with 5-axis machines on them and stuff.
The Star Trek episodes from the 60s, you know, the little door opens up and then the turkey dinner comes out, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna print you dinner.
You know, just placing electrons and neutrons next to each other.
Yeah.
You'll make whatever you want.
Yeah.
And they're doing it at that microscopic level already. It's really crazy.
Yeah. No, they're printing human ears and stuff now, and then landing them on mice, on the backs of mice, and letting them grow there. Shit, that's doing crazy shit. And that was 10 years ago technology. You know, that they're doing that kind of shit.
They're printing houses now. I mean, not like all the finishing of the soft parts, but they print the curved concrete walls and things like that, and they just basically put a center base point, and then it just goes around its work site, and then disassembles before they put the roof on. It's kind of cool. It cuts the cost because of labor, like down to about 1/3 of what the cost would have been in labor.
So back to what you were asking, Gary, before we got into the whole 3D printing thing.
Yeah.
You can actually, there's 5-axis machines that will print beautiful coins. And they're not cheap machines. These are machines that will, make the most intricate wheels for, cars and whatnot. But yeah, you can have whatever you want 3D printed. It's going to cost you. As long as you can, the cost is in somebody actually programming the machine to do the artwork that you want. And getting it done in that language that the machine can read. But there's a lot of 5-axis machines out there that will just freaking make a coin as beautiful
I don't know.
as you want it.
Is there anybody that's a manufacturer of home-based CNC machines? Is there like a brand that I should look for?
What you want to do is you want to find they're called job shops, and you got to find a job shop that has a high-end machine in it. High-end machines are Morisikis, Mazaks, Akumas. You want to find somebody who has that type of equipment in their shop. Every shop has what's called a Haas in it, HAAS. So Haas machines are they're like the Bic lighters of machines. If you got a shop that has Haas machines in it, not that they're bad machines, but those guys are just, cutting work, doing work, cutting things, making things. Job shops, making parts, making mechanical parts. When they've got things like Morisikis in them, then those guys, OKKs, Akumas, those guys are putting out high quality aircraft, space, tech equipment out. And those are the kinds of machines that literally when they're done cutting, it's finish. It's a finish. They're actually putting a polished finish on it. Like literally your polished wheels, these machines put that finish on them as they're cutting. That's how good they are. And I'm talking, these things are shaping round objects and oval objects, and they're not just cutting left and right and front and back and, X, Y, Z stuff. These are 5-axis machines that can make things actually have contour on them. They can contour and finish. They cut so fast and so well with such sharp tools that they're just badass.
I feel like if you just sand off the coin face, you could probably get away with a pretty cheap engraver, which is like 2 axes, right? Like a Y and X.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that too. Definitely for a hex logo.
You're talking about recarving the coins, right?
I just need to make sure I'm not drinking and trying to, do a ski cat competition when I'm tattooing a silver coin next time.
There's actually people out there that will take a coin and they will put the face on it that you want by hand. Yeah. They do these by hand. Like I've seen a lot of them, they'll do skeleton designs and whatnot and skulls out of the human that's already in there, or, the face.
They call it a hobo coin. You can get a hobo coin. And
so somebody could probably do Richard with a top hat or something, or with his Versace shirt or something like that.
I was going to do them in volume, like maybe, do 1,000 of them for like new hexagons or something. I don't know.
That would probably be just better off just minted. You might be able to just get dies made and have them minted if you wanted to make that many,
That's true.
Because the dies would be, find somebody who makes, they make the tokens for Chuck E. Cheese or whatever.
Mhm.
There's places like that. Those are all from a die. Somebody made the die, and you just get them punched out, punch presses, punch them out. And that would be the best way to do mass amounts of them. If you wanted one or two cool ones, you have somebody, CNC one out or something like that. But if you want to make some masses, just get the dies and go get them punched. The dies will probably be expensive. Those things are probably like, $15,000-$20,000 for dies to make a coin or something. But,
Speaking of like printed stuff, are you gonna eat like that lab grown meat, RG? Huh? Are you?
Meat.
Like meat grown in a lab. Like,
oh
you
boy,
don't
are
have to-
you?
It's like a no-kill meat solution.
So lab meat.
Into the meat need.
I wouldn't eat it if it came from a lab because it would probably have a microchip in it to monitor my bowel movements, right?
Oh, probably.
Because everybody wants to know whether I'm eating freaking real meat and whether or not I'm having proper bowel
Come on.
movements.
If you
They
could
want to
afford
know.
one, if you could afford one, you'd put like a smart computer in your toilet to analyze your poop, right? That sounds pretty badass, to tell you the truth. You're like, whoa, what'd I eat? It's like, whoa,
Life extension technology. We have that
you gotta
new
cut back
colon
on
monitoring toilet.
Yeah, right. They're like, hey, go see a doctor. Your colon needs to be poked.
So if they can make Wagyu steaks in a lab, then maybe I'll give it a shot. But if they can't do something like that, then I don't want that beyond shit, whatever it is, that fucking fake meat. Have you ever had one of those yet?
No, I just thought it looked like repurposed dog food, so I was like, eh.
Well, that's probably pretty much what it is, right?
Yeah, I heard like this is literally the exact compound of dog food. I'm like,
So they're laughing all the way to the bank. Look at Papa
Jay, the
Wagyu.
No, we're talking about the Beyond Meat. There's just like when I was going to fast food,
Is it supposed to say Wagyu?
I saw
is that
the
Japanese?
Beyond
Wagyu?
Meat being like really advertised on all the windows of the fast food places. I'm like, man, I really feel like they're trying to push me into this stuff. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hold off. And then they're like, I don't know. It just seems like not really healthy, to tell you the truth.
The grammar police has arrived. Woo! Papa's here, letting you know it's Wagyu.
That's funny one, Hexy Mofa.
Wagyu. Unnecessary, trivial information. Nobody cares how to spell anymore. Well, Papa does, and I hope it's getting him very far. Yes. Who was it that said that the sapper? I breed Wahoo. Let's see them do better than what I make, dude. Sapper, bro, we got to talk, man. So, I mean, I'd love to, like if I had some land out in Puerto Rico, I'd love to have a Wagyu farm. I don't know if it's illegal, but I would love to have a Wagyu farm out there because that's one of my. I really like.
You have to like
Wagyu.
massage them, right?
Is Wagyu? Is there something that's different other than the DNA? I mean, is there like when they make pets, they force goats or
They
what
live
is
a
it?
life of luxury.
Food or something?
So it's I gotta pull this.
What makes it illegal is my question.
Oh, because not that it's illegal, but in Japan it's a deeply held, a closely guarded secret. They don't want anybody to have their secret to how they do it, what they do. Let's see if I can pull this up here.
It's like that champagne bull crap versus sparkling wine.
Well, I mean, look,
Champagne can only come from the city of Champagne.
Exactly.
That's a thought.
Yeah,
but if it's made exactly the same somewhere else.
But my champagne comes from Champaign, Illinois. So
this here, this is what a Wagyu steak looks like.
that looks like a heart attack.
That is the
Oh,
fat
it's all right
content
there.
in that. They say it's like freaking butter when you eat it. I mean, I've had Kobe, but Kobe is shit compared to the. It's like
What
this
is that? $900 a steak? What is that?
Every
$910, buddy.
For one
$910
steak?
for that. Yes. You could.
cut-
It says pay in full or in 4 interest-free installments of $227.72.
when the cow dies of a heart attack, that's when they start cutting it up.
So I don't know if it's true, but what they say is so these things get massaged every day, and they get beer every day, fed a certain beer, and they eat a certain type of clover only, or a mixture of their food and this clover, because this clover, I guess, puts this flavor into the meat. Probably, I don't know the whole thing. Probably none of us know the whole thing of what they do to make it what it is. But that's like a T-share right there. That's a T-share steak. Yep. That is
literally
image. Have you ever seen where they're like, do you want a square cat? And they're like, we're going to raise a cat inside of a glass bottle that's square. That's what I got this image of this cow. I'm like, how does that cow get that kind of strands of fattiness in between the meat?
Yeah, they probably don't let it walk around or nothing. Just let it get real fat and lazy. Then they go and massage it.
This has almost turned into a joke. Lasse Eller's Pulse, win sacrifice.
Soon, sharpen your knife.
Soon. We don't know when, but soon. Oh man.
Any day now, really. Maybe I think Richard said on stream he would like to launch a mainnet in 45 days, which basically means 2 weeks from now we might have sacrifice phase, the sacrifice chamber. That would be awesome.
Nice. Oh, look at
so 2 weeks maybe, I think.
Bro, I get that shit at my local market 100 meters away. Yep, that's where you get it. Japan, buddy. That's where you get it. It's probably cheaper there too. Probably not as expensive there.
I don't think I've ever had any Wagyu.
One of these days I will. I want to try it. Now, I had the best steak I've ever had, which was I had a Kobe beef steak, and it was a Kobe ribeye. I had it in Florida at a place called Charlie's Steakhouse, and the whole meal was just phenomenal. You know, they got like 7 servers come out. They bring the meat out, and you pick the meat you want. You know, and like, oh yeah, that one right there. And they like 7 courses. Another new waiter comes out and brings you the appetizer, and another one. Well, first the drinks, and then the appetizers, then the salad comes out. It's like a whole head of lettuce, a whole head of butter lettuce, you know, smoked applewood bacon, and just opulent meal, man. It was so good. It was my birthday, like freaking many years ago, but that was the best damn steak I ever had. Best steak I ever had. So I've always sworn that one day I want to try a Kobe beef steak.
I'm sorry, what place did you say that was at?
That was at Charlie's Steakhouse in, I want to say we were in Orlando. I think it was Orlando. It was I used to go to Florida a lot. Kobe beef equals Wagyu. Yes, but I hear that people who have real Wagyu tell you, fuck you, it's not the same. I've been told, no, it's not the same. Kobe's shit compared to Wagyu. Because I know Wagyu is the Japanese name, but Kobe beef, yes, I've heard the same. But I've heard that there's a certain grade of Wagyu that is, you know, the best.
Have you been to any of those Brazilian steakhouses?
Oh, dude, LA's got some of the best, man. We've got some of the best Brazilian steakhouses.
I heard it's kind of similar where they bring out the thing, like cut it off right there at the table.
Kebabs, they bring the kebabs out, they stick them on your table, and they're just freaking sitting there, just meat fest. Very, very good. Very, very good.
You know, it's also a meat fest, having a bunch of steaks all coming out over 15 years.
What was that?
Whoops.
Meat fest.
Where the hell? Oh, Liberty. There it is. Okay. Have you been to Sizzler?
I remember
Literally,
going to
those places like-
Sizzler once with some friends back in high school, but only one of us had a plate. Like we're just kind of sitting at the table. Then the manager's like, "Hey guys, you're all gonna have to buy a plate." We're like, "Oh yeah, we're just trying it."
Yeah, the Sizzlers. I don't know if they have them all over the place, but we have them here in California, and they're just like the carpets smell like freaking beer and food. They're just horrible places. I mean, they used to be like a real popular place back in the day, but they're all like the same old buildings that have been there forever, and they're just like
80s.
these awful freaking old steakhouses.
I think they
They were all you could eat.
right?
What's that?
They were really popular in the 80s. I remember that was a big deal to go to.
Yeah, that's when they built them all, and they're still all in the same buildings and everything. I don't think they've changed the carpet on any of them either. They're just horrible, horrible places. But priced well, but horrible eating place. Ross says Sizzler is the place to go if you like spending the rest of your day on the toilet. Yeah, it's freaking not so good. Now, there is a good steakhouse. I keep saying it in Vegas, in the Rio. The Rio has a good steakhouse. I will be there one night having me a steak. I don't know if they have Wagyu. I had to check and see if they got Wagyu there.
Do they have Wagyu at the Heart Attack Grill?
I can't afford now $980 for a steak. I ain't paying a T-share for a steak, though. That's for damn sure. I will not be paying a T-share.
The Heart Attack Grill, what kind of meat do they serve? Do they have the Wagyu or the Kobe?
No, they're just straight up burgers, man. They have, I guess they
come on, they got to have a Wagyu
they cook
burger.
their burgers in like pure butter, like they deep fry them in butter.
Sounds like Kobe to me.
And I think they do something. I think they butter, and then they do something with, they dip them in lard or something. I forget what they do. They have liquefied lard and they cook it. Then they dip it in butter after, and then they put it on the bun. And it's supposed to be this horrifying experience.
The lard part doesn't sound that good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like over the top. They literally try and clog your arteries while you're there. And then all of the waitresses there are dressed in nurses' outfits, very skimpy nurses' outfits. And
so I'm going to read this. It says it's at the Wynn. Is Japanese Wagyu cattle are known worldwide for producing meat with exceptional marbling characteristics. Talks about it some more.
It's at the Wynn.
It's at the Wynn. So they have different versions. One's Kobe. One is Aidu Farm Prefecture, someplace in Japan or something is where it comes from, and it's 4 ounces. What is that? That's like your palm, right? And then domestic Wagyu, which is dry aged, Snake River Farms, New York Strip, and it's like $105 for 10 ounces.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think like a normal size steak is like 12 ounces.
Yeah, that's all right though. I don't mind paying that much for a meal.
A pound is 16 ounces.
Yeah, I know. I get the tomahawks when they're on sale. Wife brings me home a tomahawk.
4 ounces is a quarter pound. FYI, that was quick
I learned that
math.
from McDonald's, right? Isn't there a quarter pounder? Or no, where's a quarter pounder?
That's McDonald's.
It's a Royale with cheese.
Royale. All right. Well, we don't have any more information, guys, as far as what's going on with Pulse. Thought maybe Gary might have updated us on some things that are going on in the chat. Anything that you want to update, Gary? That has there been any conclusions? I just kind of had to back out of some of the conversations because most of it's just way
basically confirmed the grayscale for Hex is happening.
Oh yeah, he did. He said that the Harvard guys are building it. A bunch of guys from Harvard are building it.
That's pretty awesome.
That's very awesome. That's why I'm saying that there's such an opportunity here with Pulse. to get involved on the business end of it, because this isn't just staking your money and gaining interest off your money. This is an opportunity for you to get involved on the business end in the beginning of a crypto project that is going to have, many different directions that you can go to invest your efforts and time into. So, gosh, so much here.
Yeah, I'm closed-lipped about things. I just want to advocate for everyone to have a good shake. It's the whole thing. So
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. You're in there trying to give everybody a fair shake and say, hey, we should make it equal for everybody. And I mean, I understand that there needs to be incentive for everyone also. I mean, if you want bigger money to come in, they have to be incentivized for that. It shouldn't be at the expense of the little guys. It shouldn't push them out or not let them to the table and put them on the little kids table. They should have their part of the early adopters. They should be rewarded for being early adopters also.
Hey, Sammy. Yeah, I've been telling like friends that I've been getting into Pulse, like, tamp down your expectations on how much you think you're actually going to get, because we thought we were going to get a lot more on Big Payday, and every time we entered that adoption amplifier, there was a big ass whale at the end of the day coming in and splashing in, taking away all those precious coins. But we know that in the end, that whale has probably been protecting this hex price from all the dumpers. So with that said, I kind of expect something similar to happen with the Pulse launch, where everyone's kind of getting like some nice bags, and then a big whale is probably going to come in and take up a lot of coins. But in the end, it's probably going to be for the best. So just kind of don't expect to be getting too much, but hopefully we can get a lot of coins and run up that price, because Pulse is going to freaking do a 50x in the first year. That's guaranteed financial advice. All right. Email rg3@yahoo.com.
Yahoo.com, he says.
So
RG3@hotmail.com. No, it's definitely going to be a project to get involved with in the beginning, which is exciting. And there's going to be a lot of different ways that you'll be able to, participate. So 50x.
Well, I was going to say it is a 50x probably because it's going to be this X ledger or whatever. So if you get 50x on day one, that's pretty amazing, right?
All right.
50. If you call the coin X, right? I got 50x today. Cost me $5.
I'm just trying to be conservative with my 50x. I don't want to like make you guys FOMO too much. All right. Yeah. I'm just kind of like, hey, it's only a 50x.
Some of the narrative that, did you have whales in Bitcoin when it launched?
No, not really.
Not when it launched, no.
No. Because it didn't have real value, and it was electrical cost and geekware and things like that, right? Did you have whales that got extraordinary advantage in Ethereum's launch? I don't think so. I think that there was buying volume, but I don't think it was extraordinary. But I don't know. I don't know what's behind closed doors versus what's public on ledgers anyway. So that's all.
Yeah.
They're saying for me to show my excitement. No, I am.
We just spent an hour talking about a Porsche. What the fuck?
I'm anticipating, guys. I am anticipating. This isn't my hex gains that I'm talking about. I don't sell hex. I won't sell hex. I might sell some Pulse, but I am not going to sell my hex. I don't sell my hex.
Right.
I plan on
regular stuff, and I sell businesses, and I sell time, and I sell a lot of stuff, but I don't sell hex.
My hex is being accumulated for years before I start selling it.
Yeah, I plan on
stack.
I plan on
T-shares.
transitioning that pulse money into, hex eventually.
Oh, of course.
Pulse
You got to get
games,
those T-shares.
you
Those
gotta.
T-shares are going to get, I want T-shares at like $3,000 to $5,000. I don't want to start buying T-shares at $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's going to be hard. People are going to buy them for that, but I'm going to have a hard time spending $10,000 on a T-share. I don't mind spending, $3,000 to $5,000 on a T-share, but I'm not going to spend $10,000 on a T-share, man. It's getting crazy.
Would you pay $1,000 for a B share? How about a B share? Just $1,000 for a B share.
You did see that today, right? Somebody tweeted that out.
Hex so.
That it showed that they bought a B share.
Is that legit?
I don't know. I don't
Why
know.
not? Why not call it a B share?
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Might have been.
I got more B shares.
Richard in that Rewind 2020 thing, he had said, they got to leave enough meat on the bone for guys to come after us to get shares, and the code actually can last longer than unless he comes up with an immortality drug or something, So people will be buying shares one day, so that's cool.
Yeah, and these crazy conversations will be just thing of history and mystery.
Imagine
they were talking about T-shares. They were really talking about T-shares. Who in the fuck owns a T-share? How the hell do you own a T-share? Nobody owns a T-share. It's impossible to own a T-share.
Right.
Oh, those hex OGs. They own T-shares, man. Some of them own thousands and thousands and thousands of T-shares. Tens of thousands of T-shares.
And if only they hadn't fucked around with hourglass games.
Pizzas. Pizzas and hourglasses and tips.
They spent that on a pizza? God,
250,000 hex tips in the chat rooms.
Imagine having 3 million B shares. Imagine that. Yeah.
3 million B shares. There you go.
I think that's like 3 trillion. Quick math.
Quick math
there. Yep. Yep, it's all relative, guys. It's all relative. And fucking shrimp. Franklin says fucking shrimp.
Those shrimp look so promising.
Shrimp. I know that Crypto Coffee was growing those shrimp. Remember those streams he's talking about his shrimp?
Poor Crypto Coffee. He's never going to live that down.
He was joking though. I mean, he went and did that and put out that stream. That stream is like a meme stream. He was memeing it, and but yeah, he is the man who bought the shrimp, who was farming the shrimp. It was the stupidest thing ever. You were popping the eggs or whatever. The freaking shrimp. You just sat there.
If you ever have a question about how something works, anything, Kurkowski's your guy, man. He's got a finger in just about every experiment. I mean, it's like, dude, how did that work out? So that's how I tried that. How did that work out? Oh yeah, I did that too. It's like, God damn, dude, you have a live experience.
Hey, if it wasn't for those stupid games, so when we started Discourse Syndicate, we said, okay, we're going to go play with everything. We played with all the scams, all the rug pulls, everything. We got involved in all of them just to check them out. But I set up new wallets, new MetaMask wallets for each one.
Yep.
And went into Uniswap and did the whole thing.
It paid off. Yeah.
So it did. It paid off. All of the money that I threw in those, which I didn't put much. At the time, it wasn't much. Now it was something.
Now
you look at it and go, oh, God, what did I put into those fucking games? But, those, all of that uni, I mean, whoo.
That's your pizza moment, basically.
Yeah.
And you put that little bit of money into a shrimp game. That's your pizza moment where you spend 10,000.
I did it also on the hourglass, but it was like, oh yeah, this isn't much. This is like a couple $100. Let's just see what that happens. And then later you do look at the number, or you think about the number, and you're like, what was that? And you like your mind wants to forget what the number was. Oh, it wasn't that much. And then when you check, you're like, God damn it, fuck.
And like you couldn't get like 10% people behind you before you get left.
Remember those Hex Run or whatever it was? Was it called Hex Run?
Oh God, I got into that one too, man. I had some in that. That was so fucking stupid, man.
that streamer, that guy that was like every single day, is like, oh, hex run, hex run, hex run. I was like, dude, stop it.
Oh
You know?
my God, man. Oh, they tried to get me to shill it so bad. I'm like, I'm not going to shill it, guys. I'll go over there and I'll get involved and I'll play, but I'm not. I'd never fucking thieves. Fuck you, hex run, you fucking thieves. You goddamn thieves. I got in like in the beginning and shit. And then my old buddy,
8th day. If you just make it to the 8th day, you're gonna ROI.
My old buddy Black Sheep over there, fucking Black Sheep, man. He crawls in just about every, like I was crawling in some bad alleys. This motherfucker, like, you don't want to go in the alleys. This boy was crawling around in. Freaking Black Sheep don't care, man. They were scared that he was actually in their fucking games, to be honest. And
while holding a bottle of vodka.
Fuck, dude. Black Sheep was like in everything, man.
And
he plays that shit, man. And God, everything that I did over there just fucking was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, man. It was the alley behind the alley. Yep, exactly. It was that alley behind Taxis. COG, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe Taxis might be a little too old for you to remember, but there used to be this bar in Huntington Beach down on Main Street at the end called Taxis. And for some reason, I don't know why, Huntington Beach happens to be like a very pro light-skinned group of gang members that like to hang out there and don't ever get caught in the back alley.
A lot of white gangs out there. Those guys are scary.
Yeah, those guys. Fucking HB boys, man. Holy shit, man. Those guys are fucking crazy. But anyway, Taxis, behind Taxis. That was a bad alley. Seen many a men get their asses whooped in that back alley. Gotten a couple of brawls out there myself, but anyway, Taxis. Look it up. History, ancient history. It's not there anymore. Now it's like a see, but you know what? Huntington Beach was better back then. Now it's changed. When the big money came in, they had all that money from Dubai and stuff came in, and they bought up all of Main Street and built it all up, and that was the end. That was the end of Huntington.
Did anyone else go to Adrian's Kickback in Huntington Beach this weekend?
I heard there was a big fight this weekend out there. Some big party or something.
No, it was Adrian's Kickback. So everyone just showed up, and the police were like, "Everyone needs to get out of here. This is an unlawful assembly." And then, they didn't want to leave, so they just kept on hanging out. Yeah.
Dude, I've seen Korn and play in Moose's backyard in Huntington Beach. Before they started their band getting a bit famous, they're just playing in backyards out there.
Freak on a leash.
Yeah, those guys were they were badass. Moose was like one of the locals in Huntington Beach, where everybody partied at his place. Old the LBZ guys, freaking Russell from LBZs. Those guys had freaking just crazy parties. And then 4th of July, they used to have this big truck that would, like, if you got caught on a bike that wasn't like licensed, they took it from you. And they had this big truck that they drove up and down, because it's like nothing but bicycles on 4th of July all over the place. And the cops would literally pull you over. If you were drunk, they'd take your bicycle from you if it wasn't licensed in the city of Huntington Beach. And they had this big truck stacked full of bikes, and they'd just be driving it around at 4th of July, picking up bikes.
Like they're just stealing people's bikes, man.
Yeah, they did. They stole many a bikes. Many a bikes.
I've never registered a motorcycle in any, or a bike in any city.
Yep. Huntington Beach had a rule, and 4th of July, they enforced it. If you didn't have it registered within the city, they took it from you. And they usually took it from the drunk guys that were driving around in bicycles, you know.
You weren't taking it from 10-year-olds or nothing, huh?
Well, the cops out there, man. Hey, the cops at Huntington Beach are pretty cool. I've seen them like just say, "Hey, get your friend out of here. He's drunk, and if you guys don't like get him out of here, we're gonna arrest him in like 2 minutes." Like, and I'm just like walking by, hearing that little conversation.
Yeah.
I sent you that picture. That's Black Sheep. That's just an example of his thumbnails.
Oh wait,
in Telegram. In Telegram. I sent it in Telegram.
Oh, in Telegram you sent it? Let me see.
Yeah.
His thumbnails. I'm sorry. The dude is a sick motherfucker, but he is talented, man. He is a talented, sick bastard, is what he is. Freaking.
If you look at it, like again, I'm not trying to promote it, but he does come up with some things. I'm like, how does YouTube let this stuff get by, man?
The Soul My Hex guy was the best, man. The Soul My Hex guy. We should play that. We should play that video real quick.
I'd like to meet that guy. I don't think he wants to be met, but that guy he was a great meme.
But what he did was it was right before the pump. Hold on a second.
I think he says it would have been $70,000, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 70 grand. He says, put it, I bought it, I sold it, it went up, I bought it again, it sold it, it went up. I was like, damn it. It would have been $70,000, man. Oh man, don't sell your hex.
So now Black Sheep actually made a video, a song out of this guy and kind of memed him. You never saw it?
I don't think I did.
Oh, dude, we gotta play it for everybody real quick here. For those of you who haven't seen it, so I'm gonna play the guy's video real quick. So, Chrome tab, where's my YouTube at? There it is.
Hey, funding. I promise, Gary. I promise I won't tell no one. Can you send me the picture of the car that you're renting in the private chat?
Yeah,
I would love to see it.
So this guy here, so this was like. In right before the big pump of, I believe it was middle of May, right like the first couple of weeks of May, we had a big pump, and this guy sold 16. I think it was 16 million hex. Oh, let me see what he sold.
Yeah, I think it was something like 16 million. He said it would have been.
Oh, listen to this guy moan. He's fucking moaning, man.
Ultimate face pump.
Oh my god. Why did I sell my hex, man? I sold my hex. I had 16 million and I sold it all. Why? Man, let me show y'all where I sold my hex at day 136.
136.
Right around here. When I sold it the next day, it went up to here. I said, okay, I'm gonna buy it back when it dipped. The next day it went up to here. I said, okay, I'm gonna wait. Then it went up here. Then it went up here. I sold my hex, man. Then it went up here, and I said, please dip. Please dip back to 5,000. Then it went up to 10. Oh, I'm so sick.
I'm so sick.
It dipped a little bit. I said, okay, it's going down. Then it started going up. And then I said, I bought back in right here. Oh, man. Why did I sell my hex, man? You know what I could have did? 16 million hex. That's just like $80-some thousand. I sold it.
He's not going to like the fact that it's $800,000 now.
I got about $500,000 now. Oh man, I got $500,000 now. I'm glad I got back in.
Okay, we got it.
What's making it better is the price is still going up. It's bringing me back to life. But I sold my hex, man, and I sold it for. Let me show y'all what I sold it for.
There's Duke in there. Or Hex Max.
For Infinity.
Infinity.
I sold it for Infinity.
Duke in there.
Yes, I sold it for Infinity, man. I got in and because I was thinking long term, try and go to 10 cent, 5 cent, and I'll be getting, deals, making $100 a day or some stuff, $50, $70 a day, So I'm banking on Tron to go up now. I need Tron and Ethereum to go up to cover my losses.
Tron's at 7 cents right now. 7.5.
It's gonna go up. Hex is going up. I just need Ethereum.
I'm gonna pull up. So So then what he
I feel
did
good,
was
man.
he took
right now.
this guy's so he took that video and he
I bet you right after he sold it, there was a big old green wick.
oh, that's when the big wick came. That was the big wick. Remember the big wick of May? That was when the market buy came in, and that's what he was getting upset about because it just freaking started pumping up, and then it wicked up high. Let me see. I got to play this one.
So right now it would be $736,000.
Plus interest.
Oh yeah, plus staking. Staking would have made it better.
Oh man,
Oh, why'd I sell my hex, man?
why'd I sell my hex?
No, wait till you see this part. Black Sheep. I mean, Black Sheep does it upright, man. He's freaking
Funny. I wish
funny.
there wasn't a fallout. He was a character.
Yeah, he was a character. He still is. I'm actually gonna visit him in Vegas. I'm gonna hang out with him for a little bit in Vegas. Go see him. That's where he lives. He's out in Vegas. Shit, where is that? I gotta find that.
Is it on his channel?
Yeah.
Channel?
Yeah, it's on his channel. It's right here somewhere.
I sold my hex song. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. There's the
Hang
Hex
on,
Anthem. Oh, it was before the Hex Anthem.
Could
so
be
it's-
worse. He could have sold 150 million hex.
Is it this
see.
link?
Let me see.
Inside of StreamYard? Is that
Did you
it?
throw it? Let me see.
Is it like 50 seconds? It says I sold my
Yeah,
hex.
that's it. That's it. Hold on.
Yeah. So what happened to Black Sheep? What was the fallout about?
I'll play it. Hold on.
Oh, hex.
No, it was the Hexy incident.
Oh,
That which does not get named. Hold on, you're gonna love this one. If you haven't seen this before, you got to see it. So he took that video of that guy. He did a whole like 10, 12 minute thing of that, and here we go. So he starts it off with Hexo, freaking throwing it down. So here we go.
Crypto Black Sheep. Sasha's coin coming in hot.
I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man.
It sounds like you got wrecked.
I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man. Giving 1 up to 10. Oh, I'm so sick. Giving 1 up to 10. Oh, kids going down. Then them start going up. And then I said, I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man.
It sounds like you got wrecked.
I sold my hex, man.
Why did you sell your hex?
I sold my hex, man.
sounds like he made that song with the dog squeak toys.
Yeah, he did. It was a dog squeak toy. So anyway, don't sell your hex. Don't do it.
Don't sell. Never sell.
Never sell your hex.
Graphene, titanium, diamond hands with the
No, what was the other one? What was the meteor? What was the
Cell,
meteor?
Honda Cell or something?
graphene diamonds.
Honda Cell.
Never sell. Wow.
Right on. All right, gentlemen, I'm ready to call it a night.
Me too.
And
Kicking me off?
I got to go look for my ship. I got to get my ship back from Joker. He stole it today. He's out joyriding.
Are we getting a raiding crew together?
Go hunt him down.
Yeah. Go
Get his
scuttle
villain ass.
his ass.
Go scuttle him. Keel haul him. Keel haul him. All right, guys. Have a great one. Thanks for coming. We'll see you on Wednesday night. And then Friday night hangout, man. Maybe we'll get some kind of announcement by then. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. Later, man.